Alrighty, well, wish me luck. Monitor's been disconnecting again, or more frequently, more consistently. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. So I called Microsoft, and I called them. I chatted with them. They're going to replace. Oh, they're going to attempt to repair it again for free. Luckily, outside of the warranty, because they sent me a replacement or a fixed machine or something. I don't know what they did, but apparently the ports on this thing are bad, because at least one of them is, if not both of them. One of them you can barely touch the cord and things kind of wig out. The other one just keeps disconnecting. So I told them, hey man, what can you do? So they're going to try again. So I got to print up the shipping label, pack my computer, send it on. I'm trying to do a full-on Windows image backup. So if they replace it, hopefully it'll just be a matter of restoring the image, and I won't have to do a bunch of stuff to get it going again. But I'm dreading it because I know it's not going to work right. Anyway. So, and then I got it for a week. I'll be programming on my other computers. I got to make sure I check everything in, and that the things I have, I mean, some of the stuff isn't installed on the other computer because, you know, I've done various things to move along in this application's programming efforts. So as a result, not everything's going to be available to me, so that's going to be fun. I'll have to reinstall stuff, and I'll be trying to troubleshoot that for a couple of days, I'm sure. The fun. Okay. But where was I in the meantime? When things aren't going terrible, with my computer melting down, where am I? What is the current status of things? Well, I have my Docker stuff to test out. Is this the... Oh yeah, I was working on getting GitHub attached, which, by the way, I disconnected it because I took it out of my thing here. So I got to put it back. There were some bits and parts and things I had to get up and running. I had gone through last week the effort of trying to decide my exact flow of tools. So what that means is I was trying to decide if I wanted to use on Azure, if I want to use GitHub, if I want to use GitHub and ClickUp, or just Azure, which could basically do all of ClickUp and Azure and GitHub stuff. But Microsoft's expensive, and I'm a little concerned about getting caught up in their ecosystem at this point. Now, I have a bunch of my whole project is in Azure DevOps, the free version. So that means I'm going to have to move everything to GitHub, and not GitHub, to ClickUp. GitHub does not do all the things. So basically, GitHub will let me do some things pretty easily, easier than Azure. In fact, everything supposedly is easier if I don't use Azure. And I get it, because even their Blazor is more complicated. You know, writing Blazor versus React is more complicated. So working on anything in Microsoft's environment, I'm starting to find is a little bit more complicated than I'd like it to be, especially if it's not necessarily so. It's like unnecessarily complicated. You know, some things are complicated because they're difficult, right? So that's fine. You know, they're just things you got to learn. But sometimes they're complicated just because they were developed with not ease in mind. They may be, like Microsoft stuff is designed, I think, for robustness and security and completeness, you know, for just being able to do a lot of stuff, which makes it more complicated in order to get everything to work together. So it's a good situation for that, but also not so good. I mean, if you get everything set up right, things tend to run a little bit more, I would say, reliably, because you're within all the same ecosystem, so everything's designed to work together. It's just not always that easy to get it all set up. Anyway, I did my searches, my reviews. This is, you can see, one of the things I was going over, my ClickUp versus Azure DevOps. And this bit, Azure, Azure is steeper learning curve for non-technical users. Is it though? I don't know. Higher costs associated with advanced features. So there comes a point where I'm going to have to, right now I'm just in the development phase. So maybe all this is development phase. I go ClickUp and hit a GitHub for the cheapest possible, most workable route. But at some point, if it actually, when I finally get around to deploying, I got to get it up to Azure, and I might want to use Azure DevOps for the simplicity of that deployment. I don't know. Is that simple? Again, don't know. I thought about trying to tie them all together, which you can. There's tools that let you connect this, that, and the other thing to each other. But I don't know if I want to have all that going right now. So I got to get it going. So I think I'm going to go with the GitHub ClickUp plan, which is going to be interesting. I don't know how well it works and what all I can do, but we're going to continue forward with the GitHub. So that means continue on with the steps here. So this was just me trying to decide if I wanted to go this one. So yes, it is. Docker install locally. Yes, it is. GitHub action runners on local machine. Install and configure a self-hosted runner on your local machine. Now this I don't know that I've done yet. That's down here. Docker local testing. Create a Docker compose. I think I did this. Docker-compose.yaml. I think I have that going. We'll go over to my C drive. We're going to go to Git repos. And I put it all under this guy now. Docker compose.yaml. So yeah, that's base. Docker compose. All right, so I think I have that one. This sets up your application database services for test environment. Okay, so I think I have that. Let's go look at my Docker combos base.yaml. Nope. Docker compose prod. What is that bleeping sound? What is bleeping at me? What do I have that's bleeping? Is it my, is it, I don't know. I thought maybe it was my, I guess it could be my Discord. I don't know. But something over here is bleeping at me, and it's driving me bonkers. Well, whatever it is, just stop it. Stop it. Look, there it goes again. Oh, what is that? Something is bleeping at me, and I don't know what. I'm like, what the heck, man? Is it my mail? It could be. I don't really know what it is. It's like I have no inclination to know. No indication. Indication, not inclination. Indication of what the heck that sound is, but it's driving me bonkers. Let's close that. I'll close that and see if that does anything. If it bleeps on me again, I'll know it's something else. Just keep closing stuff until I find the troublemaker. Okay. Docker compose YAML. I have lots of Docker composes. Which one is for test? my test one is this one. What's in here? Okay, version 3.8, build, context, ports, 8080, environment mode, and equals development. I wonder if I just create a generic. All right, so go to your repository and get it. Navigate to settings. Click Add Runner and follow the instructions to download the Add Runner package. Okay, so we're on Actions. All right, we're going to go back here. Let's just do this again. Actions. Navigate to settings. Oh, whoops. Settings. Actions. Runners. Click Add Runner. And then Windows. And then, oh yeah, did I go through all this? I don't know if I think I was having issues getting things to run here. I may have done this though. Optional validate the hash. Oh no, I didn't do this. I don't know. Extract the installer. Jeez. This is going to be fun. All right, so let's copy this. I think I already did that. I know, in fact, I know I already did that. So let's copy this one. Go back here. All right, so I went ahead and I did the invoke. That seems to have worked. Okay, so I should have this thing. All right, so now extract the installer. So where did this go? Did that go to my downloads? It went to oh, action runners. Oh, okay, so that's here. So I did here. Okay, so if this is what it extracted, there's no XE. So what's next? Now create the runner and start the config. Wait a minute, do I have to do something here? Add type. Extract the installer. Add type. Where am I doing this at? In the same location? Okay, it says it worked. Or at least I think it says it worked. It just doesn't say anything, so I assume that means it works. All right, now configure. Create the runner and start the configuration experience. Configuration experience. Let's try that again. Okay, I guess that's my configuration experience. Enter the name of the runner group to add this runner to. Okay, but press enter for default. I don't know what the default is. We'll go with PFFM just because. Cannot find any self-hosted runner group named PFFM. Okie dokie. So that wasn't the answer. So what if I do this and then just let it do the default? Enter the name of runner. Press enter for AMG going. Okay, sure. Self-hosted Windows x64. Enter any additional labels. Let's go PFFM. That should be okay, right? Runner successfully added. Okay, so I am going to go copy this. And we're going to go here, and we're going to go put this in my OneNote. I'm going to go down here. GitHub Action Runner. All right. So we did that, and now we just have to run it. Oh, enter name of work folder. Press enter for work. Do I want it to be called work? Sure, we'll call it work. Would you like to run the runner as a service? Do I want to run it as a service? Probably, maybe. Start the runner service. Yes, let's do service. User account to use for the service. Sure, why not? We'll use that one. All right, we started the service, so it says. Okay, so now we are running. Using your self-hosted runner, use this YAML in your workflow file for each job. Runs on self-hosted. Okay, so does this have a runs on self-hosted kind of thing? Nope. All right, so let's go back. We're on to the next step. Verify the runner is online and connected to your repository. How do you verify that it's connected to your repository? I don't even know where it is. It's just this, to me, it's just this thing running in the, okay. Oh, maybe I can go to my services. Let's go check out my services. I mean, it makes sense it would be under services, right? It's running as a service. that would be the thing, right? So this is say GitHub runner. I mean, what's it even called? GitHub Actions runner. Does say it's running. There it is. Tazion Football Simulator AMG going. So it looks like it's working. It's automatic delayed start running. Okay. Well, I think it's running. Based on that appearance. Let's go to my YAMLs again. And we're going to go over to Git repos. Oh wait, do I already have that? I do. This is my current docker-compose.yaml for test environment. I don't see any reason why I would do anything else, but I'm guessing I would just add those. Do I just add those two services to it? Oh wow, I got a lot of stuff down here. Oh, am I doing... Oh, it's ChatGPT. Since when does ChatGPT do a side-by-side like this? Here's an example of how to add the app and DB services to your existing Docker. So, updated example. What did it say? Yes, you can add the two services to your existing Docker Compose file for the test environment. To do this effectively, you want to ensure the following. The new service to integrate with your existing services. There's no port conflicts or environment variable issues. Here's how to proceed. The existing services and their dependencies never shared volumes. Add the new services. Here's an example of how to add the app and DB services to your existing Docker. Validate configure port conflicts. Ensure ports 8080 and 27 are not used by other services or containers. Environment variables. Check for duplicate or conflicting environment variables. All services should ideally share the same network default in their example for easy communication. Yeah, that's going to be the fun part. I'm going to be testing stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I am of the opinion that things are not going to work on the first go. Simply put, it's going to be a no-go. Hey, I got a package earlier. I don't have any idea what it is, to be honest. Something clothy. Oh, okie dokie. Okie dokie, I know what these are. They're all squished. So I'm in a play, and I am basically going to be dressed as a 80s high school principal. And I had no idea how to dress for such a thing. And so the guy who's directing it, the director? I guess I call him the director. I mean, it's pretty low key. I don't know if anybody's got titles here because this is a really low grade play. This is like, you know, most of the actors in it are teens, early 20s. That's how low grade this is. And they didn't have a whole lot of people. We filled it in, so I got the part for my thing, and I think I'm a great fit for the part because I fit the part well. But would I have gotten the part had there been more competition? I don't know. I think I did okay on the audition, but that wasn't that much. But anyway, so I asked him, and he just said, "Well," he said, "this is my ideas. Maybe sweater vests or something else, something like that." And I'm like, "Okay, pair of slacks and a sweater vest it is." So I ordered a sweater vest, a cheap one on Amazon. But I'll just go with that. That's my that will be my 80s principal costume. I got two of them. They're not bad looking, but I wanted to try them both on to see, because I'll probably just return one. And I wanted one that, just in case I decided I'd ever wear a sweater vest for some reason. I mean, maybe just for a change. I don't know. Who wears sweater vests anymore? I mean, people do, but it's got to be rare. That's not something I've ever worn before. So I might just keep it because it's cheap, but ultimately I don't need them both. So I'll probably just keep the least bad looking one. Anyway, so that's what those are. They're sweater vests for my costume. I was going to try one on, but I'm not sure the shirt I'm wearing. I have a long sleeve shirt on underneath, but I'm not sure that. Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to wear a collared shirt for that. Anyway, so let's go on with this. All right, so existing service. Do I have anything in here that designates that it is a test? So we got app, existing service L, existing service 2. Ensure DB is started before this service. Why did it change the names of my services? Why can't I just be front end and API like they were? I don't like it when it does that. Okay, so image, because I don't know, I did something different. It's got the ports thing. That's not even the right ports. So yeah, this didn't update my current example. It says updated Docker Compose. Here's an example of how to add the app to your existing Docker Compose YAML. Huh. Well, let's just take these because these are the only two I have that are. Networks. Do I have networks? I guess we will see what this does. Wait, this says React App API URL is 8081. That's not right. No. No, indeed it is not. Actually, my React app is running on 3000. What is 3000? This is just for my testing environment, though. Actually, it's wrong. It's my, this is actually not my testing. This is my dev environment. Bring up the test environment. That's how I test this. All right, so let's just see what happens. I think that's all I had to do based on all this stuff up here. Prerequisites, side by side, follow Git runners. I did the add to that. Define GitHub Actions workflow. Deploy dash test YAML. Create a GitHub Actions workflow. Okay, so I should probably copy this. And it's under GitHub workflows. Where do I put this? Is it on my computer? Or do I go to GitHub, which is this guy somewhere? Where'd it go? GitHub is right here. Yes, right here. GitHub Actions. No, GitHub workflows. Is workflows a thing in GitHub? All right, where? All right, so I got. It just says GitHub. Where is it putting that? I don't understand what it's saying. I don't have anything here called workflows. Oh, is it under Actions? Workflows. I don't know. Where do I define the GitHub Actions workflow? It just says define it. It's like, well, okay, but where, what, how, what folder does it go in? Because this says create a GitHub workflows action file, but it's .github. That's not a folder name on my system that I'm aware of. So am I like, is that like something that's under the action runners thing? No. See, I don't know where that is then. I mean, what is this thing it's speaking of? I don't know of what you speak. All right, create the workflow directory. Navigate to your repositories root directory. Oh. My repositories root directory, which is something. I've confused myself with root directory because I go here and I moved everything, right? So I went to the GitHub. So this should be my root directory, but maybe it's actually one of these. But we're going to go here. All right, so if we go here, and this is my root work directory, GitHub workflows directory. Each workflow is a YAML file that specifies the actions. Here's a step-by-step guide. Create the workflow directory. Navigate to repositories root directory. Create the GitHub workflows directory if it doesn't already exist. Okay. New folder. I guess we're going to call that one .github / oh. All right, so then I got to go into .github and go new folder workflows. Define the workflow file. I'm going to go here, open in terminal. Copy file. Copy this, whatever. Oh, the term touch is not recognized. Well, that's not a thing. Well, I'm not technically in Bash. I suppose I should probably go to Bash. Where am I here? We're going to go. Where's my root? That's not even my root. Let's go. Get Bash. There you go. And then we're going to go, let's see, cd.github. cd workflows. And then paste this thing. No such file or directory. What? Touch cannot touch. Inside the workflows directory, create new YAML file, for example. Well, that doesn't work. Open the file in text editor and define the workflow. Well, fine. Let's just make this easy. Let's just go like this. New file. I'm going to call you. What does it say? Deploy -test -environment .yaml. Yeah. Environment. No, just paste that nonsense. Oops. Copy code. File. Save. All right. Trigger. The workflow triggers on a push to branches that start with test. Self-hosted runner uses your local machine for the deployment. Docker steps. stops previous containers if running, rebuilds, and restarts services. Configure environment variables if your project needs environment variables. I have a feeling this is going to go kablooey on the first try. I really have no confidence at all that this is going to function on the first try. Health checks. Notifications branch. Okay, so we did all that. So now we got to launch steps to update your key considerations. Test your setup. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's just see. We're in Bash. I'm going to copy this code. And then we're going to say docker-compose verify that all services are running correctly. Okay, let's just click buttons. No configuration file on. Okay, so I have no idea what it's looking for. Docker compose down, Docker compose up. So they're basically shutting stuff down if it already exists. But and confirm the database is successful. Let me know if you need help integrating testing this. Yes, I need help. Yeah, I need help. Where do I define get? Okay, so we did that. All right, so well, let's see. Well, I think I have all the files updated and created. However, Docker, what does it say? Docker -compose up did not just errored out. No configuration. Where am I at? Am I in the right place maybe? Maybe I'm not in the right place. Let's go back a notch. CD. Maybe I have to be here. Oops, too far. Football simulator. I went. Oops. Alright, let's try that again. Okay, so now it didn't find it. Now I know I have Docker compose files in the simulator parent directory. That's where I was sitting at. So they're all here. I wonder if I have to say Docker compose dot test. Let's try that. Let's just see what happens if I go Docker compose dot test. I don't have anything else running, so we'll just say up. Command not found. Configuration, okay. Configuration file not found. Yeah, no kidding. Well, it doesn't, but file does not exist since I created multiple YAML accounts for my environments. I have docker-compose.dev .base ngrock prod and test. tried to run it with docker-compose.test. Oh, maybe I need to do this and say dash dash build. Nope, that didn't work. But that did nothing. How to run the custom compose file. Specify the file using -f. Okie dokie. Let's try that one. So -f is the... Wait, didn't I just copy that? I go -f and then I go up build. Okay. Oh, stuff happened. Well, stuff happened. It looks like it could just be an error, but it's a gobbledygook of stuff. Let's see. Time, blah, 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 blah. Level warning, blah, 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 blah. The attribute version is obsolete. It will be ignored. Please remove it to avoid potential confusion. Error during connect. Get HTTP blah, 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 container blah 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 docker compose blah 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 open blah. The system cannot find the file specified. Okay, well. Well, that got a response, but not a good one. Version warning: the version attribute in the Docker Compose test file is obsolete and ignored in recent versions of Docker Compose. Docker desktop issue. The system cannot find the Docker desktop Linux engine, which suggests a configuration or setup problem with the Docker desktop. Remove the version attribute. Well, that's easy enough. Recent versions of Docker Compose no longer require the version attribute. You can safely remove it from your Docker Compose test YAML. Okay. Well, let's start. I'm not going to worry about the other YAMLs just yet, so we'll get rid of that. The error suggests Docker Compose is trying to connect to the Docker Desktop Linux engine, but it cannot find this. I am on Windows. Did I install the wrong Docker Desktop? But the error indicates a mismatch between your Docker desktop settings and the expected configuration for the environment. It's unlikely you installed the wrong Docker, but your setup might need adjustments. Check your Docker desktop installation. Verify Docker Desktop Edition. All right. Docker Desktop. I'm opening Docker Desktop now, maybe, I think. Check under Settings General to ensure use the WSL based engine. Settings, probably this thing. General. Use the WSL, yeah. Add the Docker internal names. I don't know. It doesn't say to do that. Select it. Recommended for most setups for Windows. Okay. That's fine. Determine your current mode, Linux or Windows containers. Docker Desktop allows you to switch between Linux containers and Windows containers. Right-click the Docker Desktop icon in the system tray. Okay. Look at the option switch. The option. Oh, wait, in here? Uh-huh. Let's see. Right-click the Docker system tray. Look for the option switch to Windows containers. I don't see that. I don't see a switch to Windows containers. Is that a settings thing? Change settings? Currently using the Windows containers. If you see switch to Linux containers, I don't see that at all. Documentation, download, change, extension, go offline. I don't see either switch option in the system tray. It says Docker Desktop is running. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything else going on there. What does it say about that? Usually means Docker is already configured for Linux containers, the default and most common setup. However, the error about the missing Docker Desktop Linux engine pipe suggests a potential misconfiguration of service lists. Verify current container mode. To check if you're in the Linux container mode, open Docker Desktop, Settings, General. Look for Use. If it's checked, you're running Linux containers. If it's unchecked, enable it to restart Docker Desktop. Okay, so it's checked. So I am running. Alright, so I am doing that. The error, open desktop, often indicates that Docker Desktop isn't properly connected to the Linux engine. To resolve, restart Docker Desktop. Close Docker Desktop completely. Right-click the Docker icon in the system tray and choose Quit Docker. Okay. Restart Docker Desktop. Open it from the Start menu. Open it from the Start menu and wait until it indicates Docker Desktop is running. Okay, it says running. Okay. Run the following commands in an elevated PowerShell, which I think that's what this is. Yep. Okay, why are we doing that? So I verify the document. Oh. I already did that. Step 3. Verify WSL setup required for Linux containers on Windows. Docker Desktop uses, yeah. Check. WSL installation. Open PowerShell and run. Okay. State Ubuntu running 2, Docker Desktop 2. Okay, look for desktop. Reinstall if they're missing. Look for desktop and desktop data. Wait. I have Docker Desktop. Verify WSL is set as the default version. Does that mean it worked? It just says, for information on key differences with WSL2, please visit. I don't know. Open Docker Desktop, go to Settings, Resources, WSL, ensure your distribution, including Docker desktops, are enabled for test Docker Compose command. Once everything is verified and running, all right, we'll go back to here. Oh, it did something different. Wait, oh no, wait, did it? Time blah blah blah, versions up. Oh wait, did I not save that? Is that an error? It's like validating, blah, 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 blah. Services.networks must be a mapping. Okay. Getting this message. This is the docker-compose.test file. Told you it wasn't going to work on the first try. And you had your doubts. I can blame you for anything because you're not anybody. I can blame the ether. All right. The issue lies in the network section of your Docker Compose file. The network's definition must be at the root level of the file, not nested under services. Additionally, the structure of networks is incorrect. Here's how to fix it. Corrected. All right. Oh, okie dokie. I guess it's weird because this is another one of those things that uses tabs, which is really annoying. Running, DB pulling. Holy cow, I got stuff happening. Have I just successfully launched a Docker container? Oh, wait, maybe not. File has already been closed. What? Pipe. Level warning. Current commit information was not captured by the build error. Failed to read current commit information with git rev parse. All right, so I probably should check in everything here. Let's go check in all my stuff. It's probably a good idea anyway. Let's see, let's do commit and sync. Docker implementation first try. Because I have a feeling there may be multiple tries. Should probably close this and make sure it's doing its thing too. System repair disk can be used to boot your computer. It also contains Windows system recovery tools, which can I do a Windows system repair? This thing instead? I don't even know how to open this. There's not like a zip or anything on it. I can feel there's a little zip, but you got to get the the top part off. I don't know how it does it. Am I supposed to cut this? Heaven forbid they should actually tell me how to get into the bag that they gave me. They just want to know absolutely sure that you got into the bag. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but I'm gonna plug it into my thing back here and see if I can do that. The thing is, I said I'm trying to get my, so it isn't going to let me do a, select a CD DVD drive and insert a blank. Man, people still do CD DVDs. Why can't I do a USB? Ugh. I do have that, but that's so old school, man. Who uses that? I use my DVD-ROM about once a bajillion years. And honestly, I might not have it. Honestly, I don't even know if this is a CD or a DVD, to be honest. Just got this stack of things, and they don't say anything on them. Totally haven't touched them in years, and they may not, I don't even know if they work. And beyond that, not only do I not know if they don't work, I don't even know if I have it in right. So it's going to be, plus if it's a CD, does it have to be, it says select a CD/DVD drive and insert a blank disk. So hopefully it's just the bare minimum stuff you need in order to make it bootable. That's really all it is. It's a boot disk, right? With basic stuff to allow you to run. The provided stream to write is too large for the current inserted media. That's what I thought. All right, let's see if I can find an actual Blu-ray disc. Well, nope. I guess I'm not doing that because I don't have a Blu-ray disc. Who uses that? Why can't they just use it to a floppy drive? Okie dokie. Well, guess we're not doing that. I created the image on a network drive, so what I'll probably have to do is if they replace my computer, well, whatever they do, they always reset the computer. So I'll get it back all ready to go. So I'll have to boot it up, and then try to see if I can just deploy the image from the network. That'll be fun. So anyway, fun. Okay, so something started, but it blew up. So I don't know what happened. It started to do stuff. I'm hoping that has something to do. How come this didn't do anything here? All right, I was going to close. Docker init setup. Okay, well, that kind of sort of appears to have worked. Let's try this again. Oh, wait. Are we all synced? Okay, I think we're all synced. Okay, so we have everything checked in. We'll try this one more time and see if that was the problem. Well, sort of some stuff worked, but then it kind of blew up again, and then nothing worked. Okay. Test run started to work, but then didn't. I checked in all my files and tried again, but this error, this message. Docking both said a file not found. The front end context. The front end service is trying to build from GitHub front end, but that path does not exist. So there's typically a transient issue with Docker desktop. It might be due to improper shutdown or an engine issue. Fix the front end path issue. The front end services build.context is pointing to a non-existing directory. If the front-end directory doesn't exist, create it and ensure the correct path is specified in your... Oh. Okay, I'm starting to get how this works. So what should be in the front end folder path? What is Docker expecting to find there? If the backend directory doesn't exist, create the directory. Add the necessary Docker files and application code, or adjust the compose. Okay, so it wants to find my application code. So currently, I don't want to change my application code location. Currently, my compose files are at the top level. Football simulator. My front end is my React application in the folder PFFM web. I think that's what it's called, right? Right. My backend Go microservices are in a folder called PFFM Go MS. I'm pretty sure it just means changing the given your full step. Here's how you should adjust your Docker Compose configuration to reflect the correct path for your front end. All right, so if your Docker Compose base YAML includes the front-end API service definitions with build context pointing to the wrong locations, update them to the correct path as well. Alright, so this should be my base copy. I have a base here somewhere. Yep. How's that different? We got environment, node environment. Development, ports, context. So the context is the path it's looking for. Okie dokie. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand this nonsense. So the test these guys why does that look weird? Oh, that's deploy test. Docker Compose test is this guy. So we're gonna go replace these two things. And of course, they're going to be all mapping items must start the same column. Wait, are they on a different column? Oh, they are. There you go. All right. We've got new stuff. Let's try commit all and push again. Commit and sync. So we updated. We have the base and we have the test updated. I didn't update my prod or my dev or any of that stuff, but I don't think I'm testing the test one. hopefully this'll get me one step closer. Maybe. Possibly, kinda, in a way. If it doesn't just spin out. Yep, just kind of hanging out here, waiting for this thing to do whatever it's going to do, if it's going to do anything at all. Huh. Why is it going so slow? What's the problem? Do it, man. Did we lose connection with something? Okay. Docker edit 1. That's fine. Go there. I think it's because I didn't put comments in, and that screen that popped up wanted me to put a comment in. If I remember correctly from my previous position. All right. Drum roll, please. Where are we now? Ugh. What the heck? Cannot extend service API. No services section. What? Docker compose test YAML. Dang it. Not sure what the issue is now, but says cannot extend service API. That says, all right, let's do this. Probably better if I just copy this. Oh, base. Well, base. Dang it. And base is right here. There is no base in there. This is my Docker dash compose. Missing the Docker compose will extend the API service in Docker base because there is a file missing services section which is required for compose to recognize individual services. To fix this issue, you need to ensure that you're, well, then why did you give it to me in the sample? You gave me a, and then it says, look, don't use version, but yeah, it's giving me version. Added the version key, ensure that the version is defined at the top for compatibility. Use version 3.8 or another valid version based on your Docker. But it does say that that's not required anymore, and it'll probably complain if I do. I'll do it, and then I'll just delete it because I know, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to go, nah. Nah, I don't want to do that. Oh shoot. I have to put in a stupid text. Docker edit 3. Let's just do this. I don't know, this doesn't work half the time. I don't understand what I'm doing there, but it doesn't let me work. Alright, so that'll work. Alright, well that'll do that. And then we'll go here, and then we'll go here, and we'll try again. Now it tried something. Current commit information, what? Did I do it too quick? Current commit information was not captured by the build. Error failed to get root dir. Oh my gosh. What do you mean it's not there? Where is it then? PFFM. Oh, is it going to be a case sensitivity stupid thing? Oh, God. I think it's actually capital Geo, but if that's really what it's looking for, a match of exactness, I'm going to slap it. Slap it right upside the head. We're just going to keep adding it. We're just going to keep incrementing that number. We'll see how many tries it takes for me to get this. If it's case sensitivity, because I know PFFM. Oh, there's too many F's in there. What the frick? Do I not know how to type? Apparently not. Either that or ChatGPT doesn't. We'll just say 3.1. That one don't count. That one don't count. It was just typo. So it might not be case sensitive. I don't know. More progress. Sort of. It's different colors now. Load metadata for Docker library Alpine. Failed to run build function. Failed to read Docker file. Open Docker file. So no such file or directory. Grrr. New errors. Verify the file structure. Okay, so verify the file structure. Ensure that both front-end and back-end directories contain a Docker file. They do. They do have a Docker file. There's a way I could give it the info. So if I go here. So this is front-end and back-end, and they both have a Docker file, right? Wait, what? Oh, they do, but it's probably under source. Where'd my Docker file go? I know I had a Docker file. Did it not move when I moved? Wait, what? Wait. Look, I left it behind. For whatever reason in the world, it left it behind. And the Go microservices services application. I have multiple microservices. Does each one require a Docker file or just parent application? Application. Oops. That's not really what I want to do. I don't even know what I typed for. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Says it doesn't know what to do that Docker file. What happened? Go away. That's fine, but I just want to restart. Can I, like, change my question? Get rid of that. Now it won't let me undo my question. Or it won't let me undo this file attachment. I don't want to fetch the file attachment. Ugh. Fine. And the only way I can do this is to change my questions. I have to change a new... There's definitely some problems here, though. Okay, so I do need to take this guy and copy it and go over to my Git repos. Nope, sorry, over to my football sim. Go to PFMGO. Go to game plan. Oh, it is there. What the heck, man? And what about the gRPC gateway service? That too. All right, so my test. Yep. All right, so I got to change how these are doing their thing. Okay, so I have to do let's just say context / game plan, and we're gonna just, I want to see what happens if I just don't do it that way. We're gonna say game plan, and then we're gonna copy this and this one's gonna be what is the name of my gateway? Go back here. I think it's just called gateway. Yep. That would be it. Gateway. And this guy, I believe, has its own thing. See, this is my common API. So we go to game plan. He's actually using 2000. So we're going to go back to here, test, compose base. And then I'm going to go find my test file. Go back to test. So this is okay. Why? All right. So, oh, there it is. Main.go. Okay. So we got that, and so this is actually sitting in 2000. So we're going to try and change that to 2000. And gateway, I believe, is using 8080, which I believe is correct for this. We can call this gateway. There it goes again. That sound, I don't know what it is. Gateway. Game plan. Gateway. And this one's 8080. I'm going to change that to 0. Okay. And those are the only two services I currently have functioning, so I would have to add the others if they come around to being available. Oh, whoops. They're not front-end services, so that's not right. Oh, okay, so I could have services right alongside gRPC gateway. So this one should be the gRPC. I should just call this gRPC gateway. We'll call it that. gRPC gateway. Apparently you can have spaces because that's what they did. Oh, it's dash gateway. So apparently you can't have spaces. Dash. Okay, it's all right. We're gonna get this worked out here. Just a minute here. Where'd it go? Ooh, what just happened? Where'd my thing go? I'm on the wrong page. All right, so no, we're fine. Never mind. Okay, so I've got my. So I got my game plan service and my gateway service, and what about my front end service? So that replaces the API service, right? Because I don't know what this API service if it's not that. So we're gonna go like. I think it's going to replace this. I really do. All right, let's just see what happens. Control S. I'm gonna go over here, do commit. Oh shoot, did it again. Ah, yeah, I get it. I don't even know what you're supposed to type. It says type here, but I'm pretty sure if you type something there, it doesn't work. Maybe I have to put in quotes or some other dumb thing, but I don't know. I don't know how it's supposed to go in. But anyway, so I'm going to say Docker edit 4. Eventually, I'll have a Docker environment loaded up for test, and then I'll have to do one for prod. But I think once you do one, they should be easy, right? The prod one, I got to set up like... I mean game plan not found. Docker compose.test. Okay, so game plan is right where it says PFFM web. Oh, no, because I put it under web. Grr. Grr, me. Grr, it's all I got to say. Grr on you. It's just like, okay, let's go. This is supposed to be PFFM go MS. Let's try that again. All right. Docker. That's not a typo. That's just me being dumb. So it was an O. Not a type O, just an O. Just like me screwing up. Oh, damn. I did that. What am I doing? I don't understand me sometimes. I'm just going along, just typing stuff and putting in little this's and that'ses and hoping for the bestest. Now? Okay, well, now it's complaining, and it should be there, because I do have a PFFM Go MS game plan. That does exist, right? Right, Ken? PFFM game plan. Oh, wait, wrong thing. We're supposed to be here, but it's still supposed to be the same. PFFM Go MS game plan. Game plan, coach game plan, and Docker file. So, now, unless I typed something wrong, PFFM Go MS game plan. Now that'd be a typo. Let's see. PFFM Go MS game plan. Game plan. Football simulator Docker compose.test.yaml service game plan not found. And Docker compose.base YAML. Oh, do I have to change something here? Oh. Why do I have to do it in both places? Fine. So I gotta take this thing, go over to the base and replace this thing. Control S and try it again. Docker edit 5. So now everybody's got the right path. I hope. Game plan and Docker compose base extends game plan and Docker. What? All right. Game plan and Docker compose base YAML extends game plan and Docker compose base YAML. What? Now what's the problem, man? This is my Docker compose.base. All right, what's the problem? Yeah, I know it's a circular reference. What's the problem? You can keep the game plan here without extending them. These will be overridden in a specific environment. How am I extending them? I don't even know I'm extending them. What do you mean? Oh, because they don't. Oh, they took the extend piece out. So it's just build and port. Interesting. All right, so don't extend them. Okay, got it. Got it. So I'll probably have it for a moment or two. Docker edit 6. And counting 6. Mwahaha. Okie dokie, here we go again, Smokey. Oh, God. Cannot extend service gRPC gateway and blah 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 blah. Service gateway not found in Docker compose.base. Wait a minute. Gateway. PFFM go MS gateway. It is gateway, isn't it not? What's it called? Gateway. Oh, do I not have a Docker file in there? I might not have a Docker file in there. I thought I did, but I might not. Ah, I do not. And I don't have any idea what that says. What does this Docker file say even? Doesn't say anything. It's just empty. Should the Docker file in my services have anything in them? Mine is blank. Oh, well then shoot. Step 1. Build the Go library from Golang. Work directory app. In this Docker file, multi-stage builds. Copy the rest of the application code. Build the Go application. Create the final image. Expose. Alright, so copying and building the Go source code as copying dependencies are fetched with Go mod tidy and the Go binaries build. The gRPC gateway service. Docker file could be similar, but might need additional tools like Protalk and the necessary Go packages for the gRPC gateway. Okay, yeah, mine are all not this. React application, the Docker file was slightly different since it's focusing on serving static files. Copy the package JSON, install dependencies. Run npm install, copy the rest of the source code. Build the React app. Serve the build app. So, okay, serving the Nginx. The second stage uses Nginx, which is lightweight image to serve the build React app. So, all right, so we're going to go here. I'm going to paste this and see. All right, so we got package. All right. Note 16 as Elder. npm run build, HTML, /app should be the folder of my service /gameplay /gameplay. Copy the build goal binary from the builder image. Command to run the services. Yeah, I have a feeling this is not. I'm really like. This stuff's kind of like. I don't know. It sets a working directory inside the container where when you files copy files into the container, they are placed relative to this directory. Copy. The command copies everything from the local directory where the Docker file is located into the app directory inside the container. For example, when building the game plan service, the files in Fifine game plan will be copied into /app inside the container. For each service, you'll copy the appropriate files for the service, game plan, gateway, etc., and build the respective binary inside the container. If you're using Docker Compose and have separate service directories like game plan and gateway for the gateway, the Docker file should be inside those respective directories, and when you build the image, Docker will copy the files relative to that directory. Alright, well, let's try this then. Copy code, and we'll put this in my game plan. Which is about right, app game plan. I mean, it doesn't look airy. Doesn't mean it's not. We're gonna go File, Save All. And then I need to go to my, did I say I had one for the React? Gateway service, game plan service, for the React front end, which should be copy code. We're gonna go over here. Solution. No, I don't need that. Just open the solution. I'm going to go to my Docker file that is here, which I'm not sure where that is at the moment. think. Where's the Docker file? Okie dokie. Go back over here. Gateway. Web. Wait, I didn't create the Docker file over here? Really? Oh, there it is. I knew I did. Build stage. Guess we'll find out what that does. All right, so we got kind of attempt at getting Docker going here again. Let's go see if I can check this in. I'm guessing it's going to complain about something, but at least now. Apps service Docker edits. Try again. Will this one take these ones with it? Yep. Now, the question it had here was that the test said my gateway was not found. Oh, wait, because it wasn't. I think I had to create it. So we're going to go back in here and try again. Oh, and test? Service gateway not found in Docker compose.base. Oh no. Okay. gRPC gateway, it's the same thing. Gateway. Not found in Docker compose.base. Okay. Going back here. Duh. Okay. Putting this there. Gateway exists under the BFFM Go MS 4, and there is a Docker file in the folder. This is my base. Alrighty, what's the problem now? I don't have an extend. I took the extend out. Wait. Okay. Okay, I'm confused. So I can't use, I have to name it the same thing it's named. Okay, so the problem is that it has to be named this. I don't care, let's just call it gateway. Oh, I see. It just, these two things just have to match. And the only reason I'm doing it this way instead of using the same name is because I just wanted to identify what it is, what kind of gateway. I'm not just calling it a gateway. It's a gRPC gateway, even though it is my service being called gateway. It's just, you know, for visual reference, if you see the app running, it's going to say, oh, that's a gRPC gateway. Docker edit 97. Okay, so the problem is that, okay, so, well, we got past the first issue. We haven't even gotten to the attempt to run this because it hasn't even gotten to the Docker files yet. I'm still trying to get to the Docker files. Oh, look, more. It's bigger. There's more stuff. Just more of an error. Failed to load Docker file, open Docker file, no such file or directory. Eek. What do we got going here? Building. Low definition from Docker file, transferring Docker file, Docker file, Docker file, Docker file. From as casing as, from keywords, casings do not match. That's the front end stuff. And then it moved on to gateway, transferring Docker file. Morning from as casing and as from Kate. What are they talking about, man? Failed to solve. Failed to read Docker file, open Docker file, no such file or directory. Cancelled. Okay, let's see what we got going here. I gotta. New errors. So, okay, so these two things have to match. That's a crucial piece of information there. Ensure the Docker file exists in the correct directory relative to the context you're specifying. For example, for game plan service, the Docker file should exist in the game plan directory. For the gRPC gateway service, the Docker file should exist in the gateway directory. Yeah, they both exist there. So here we have gateway, and I have game plan. Gateway and game plan. Gateway has Docker file, and game plan has Docker file. Check Docker file naming. Make sure that Docker file is named exactly capital D, lower F. Docker, capital D, lower F. And gateway, capital D, lower F. Yes, it's an exact match. No extension. Got it. If it has a different name, Docker file dev, you will need to specify that in the Docker compose YAML like this. Okay, well I'm not. It just says Docker file. Check the Docker file naming. Sure the Docker file is named exactly the same. Alright, so it's named exactly the same. Ensure the Docker file has the correct read permissions, especially if you're running Docker with a specified user permission. How do I know? Let's go look at my security here. I might be having an issue with that, but I don't know why I would, because all my other Docker files can be read. Why would that be a different thing? Verify that the Docker compose files, both base and test files, have the correct relative paths. Docker needs to know where to find the Docker file relative to the context. Okay. The canceled message is related to pulling the base images from Docker IO, or might indicate a network issue preventing the pulling of required base images. Ensure that your internet connection is stable and Docker can access Docker Hub. You could try manually pulling the images. Oh no, that was a GitHub thing that was running as a service. I actually don't know what Docker's running under. Alright, so okay, so my folder structure is football sim, / PFFM, go MS, as the parent, and PFFM go MS is in that folder with all the Docker compose files. Under PFFM go MS, I have / gateway and / game plan, both with Docker files. And I don't need to tell it the Docker file name because I didn't change the name, so it shouldn't be an issue. It says you only need to tell it if you're doing something different. But so far, oh really? File specify how you're building, finding building. That's how they look. PFFM web, PFFM go MS game plan, PFFM go MS gateway. I don't see anything different. Game Plan 2000, Gateway 8080. Your update doesn't look any different from my version. Docker comes base I provide are very similar to yours. The key difference lies in the error you're seeing and how the Docker compose set of preferences and correct paths have. Based on your current folder structure and the errors, let's break this down. Problem. Here found to solve. Check the folder structure and paths. Ensure the following structure is in place. Yes, it does. Oh. Wait. The build context, the BFFM Go MS game plan for game plan and context. Should talk upon bulk game plan gateway or name exactly. I keep saying that. I already have that. Ensure you have the correct Docker version. Network version. Next steps. I see you moved the Docker compose files into the... Or maybe I'm misreading that. Am I misreading that? Nope, I am not misreading that. PFFM Go MS folder. How are they to reference the PFFM web folder? Is that different? Again, that's not different. It's exactly the same. Dude, you are not, you did not change anything. What is your nonsense? PFFM Go. It's exactly the same. Oh, my eyes are bugging out. It's probably getting dark in here. I need to put some light around me to make that not happen. But anyway, I gotta take a quick break. I'm really thirsty and I need some food. So, I might be back. Or maybe I'll work on it and not be back streaming, and I'll be back tomorrow streaming. But we'll see. Until then, till next